Hi, this is Makeup by Madi. This is the look we're going to do today. So if you're interested, stay tuned. The first thing I do is I start with my eyebrows. I'm using the pencil in medium brown. Here I'm making hair-like strokes into the brow so that it looks more natural. Now, after creating my look with the brow pencil, I use Grande Brow Laminate. So what I'm doing is taking a spoolie brush and dipping it into the laminate. I just need a little dollop, putting it on the back of my hand so that I know what I'm working with, and then get it into the spoolie and starting at the base of my brow and kind of making it messy because I like that feathered look for my brows. I find that I wear less foundation and makeup if I start with my brows because that really does define your whole look. So again, I just take a little bit more and then go to the other brow and make it like sisters, cousins. They don't have to be twins. So after putting the brow laminate on, I look again to see if there's anything that needs a little bit more. So I touch up and make more hair strokes so that there's no bald spots. Now we move on to the eye primer. Now this is super important. There's wax in it. It'll keep your eyeshadow on all day long without smudging. So I take my concealer brush, I take a little bit of this, and this is not the same as your concealer because of the wax in it. So I just want a little bit, and I start at the base near the eyelashes, and whatever is extra on that brush, I will put it towards the brow. I don't want it to look like too much product right underneath the brow. So I want to focus most of the product near the eyelash line. Then go back for the other eye and do the same thing on that side. You cannot put this on and not set it with a powder or eyeshadow. If you do that, you're going to have creases all day long and it's going to look funny. So just so you know, you have to put either translucent powder on or eyeshadow. So because we're doing an eyeshadow look today, I sure am going to do some eyeshadow. This is one of my favorites. The first thing I do is I take a ponytail style brush and I dip it into the bronzer. And I'll use this again on the rest of my face, but I find that every makeup look should start with your bronzer in the crease, no matter what. I like to extend past my brow so that it looks like my eye is even bigger. Then the second color that I add is a medium color. I dip it and put it on the lid. This has a little bit of mica in it, so it's going to be light reflective, but it's not going to be like that old school shimmer that's going to make you look like you're from the 80s. So once I'm done with this, sometimes this is all I like to put on. But once they look even, I go to a little bit darker color. And that's how you should build every eye look. You always want to go and build that color so that you're not overwhelmed with something and that you can't blend. So I'm putting it in the outside corner, keeping everything lifted because we do not want to pull that eyeshadow down and make our eye look droopy. Blending will be your most important part of this. Blending all the colors together so you don't know when one starts and one ends. So nice. After this part, I like to use my gel eyeliner. It's so awesome. I sharpen it to make sure it has a relatively sharp point, and you can just lay it on your lash line after you sharpen it. So here we are, just going right there at the lash line. You can make it as thin or as thick as you want. It goes on like butter, actually, which is really nice. So you're not tugging at your eyes. Go into the lash line. You can also do it in the waterline, which you'll see here in a little bit. Sometimes there are notches in the eyeliner, so the way you can fix that is by putting a darker eyeshadow and smudging out that line. So then you don't have to worry about it being perfect, and it actually even looks more laid back. Using the color Fig, which is a fan favorite at Makeup by Mari, I'm going to dip an eyeliner brush into that and start smudging out the black eyeliner. So I go right there at the lash line, smudge out that eyeliner. You have to be quick though, because within 30 seconds to 40 seconds, it will dry waterproof. So if you want to be able to move it, I suggest you do one eye at a time. So I'm just going over anything that I think needs a little bit more. Now it's time to use mascara. This is my favorite mascara right here. This is a classic from Grande Cosmetics. All of their lash products are amazing. My clients love them, and you can get ones that are waterproof. This one happens to be just an everyday good mascara. So one of the tricks is to know that you have to let the first coat dry. So I move on to the second eye while the first eye dries, and then I can go back if I want to have another layer if I wanted a fuller lash look. My favorite brand of lash curler is actually from the same company. It's a heated lash curler. So this used to be popular in the past, and well, by golly, they're popular again. All you have to do, it's pretty warm, it feels kind of good. You wait till your lashes are dry from the mascara, and then you just start at the base, and it gives you a curled look. So a lifted look, it's really pretty. So I'm going to wipe away any of the excess makeup that has fallen. I mean, no matter what I do, no matter what anyone does, there's always a possibility of there being makeup under the eye. And so why not just wipe it away, make sure it's all gone, and you can have a perfect complexion without any dark spots from either the mascara or the shadow. The first thing I put on before any makeup look is my Elta MD UV Clear sunscreen. I find that because it's clear, it dries that way. So it's not too white underneath your foundation. It won't alter your natural color. So I just do a couple pumps, start putting it all over the face, and this feels hydrating too. So it works beautifully under my foundation. So this is a staple in my skincare routine. Next is foundation. So in the color C2, I put a little bit on the back of my hand. This has collagen in it. So I start at the center of my face, and then I just go around the eye socket area. I try to keep it far away from the feathered brows we work so hard on. Whenever you're color matched correctly, you really don't have to worry about there being a line. That funny line that some women have, it happens when you're not color matched correctly, but you don't have to worry about that because I have 24 shades of this foundation. So everybody with cool undertones, yellow undertones, neutral undertones, we've got you. This brush is actually perfect. It's a kabuki brush, so you won't get any lines. I might even take a smaller brush to be sure that I go right around the brow. Now the foundation looks perfect to me. So I'm already thinking about concealer because who wants dark circles? I'm using my concealer in the color Light Peach. I love it because it has color correction and concealer in one. So it'll brighten, lighten underneath your eyes. So what I'm doing is tapping it in to make it like skin. So I'm just focusing mostly on the inside of the eye and then going up in an upward motion. See how that gives me a more lifted eye look. So my favorite bronzer. Yes, contour stick, ladies. I love this so much. It goes with almost everybody's skin tone. I start only halfway up the cheek and a little bit on the hairline. I have more of a prominent forehead. Some people don't need to wear bronzer up there, but I like it. Let's make that a smaller looking forehead. So I'm just blending it out using the same brush as the foundation brush. You want to make sure that the bronzer is not going too low on the face because then it'll give you a droopy look. You don't want that. There is no shimmer in this. Your bronzer should not have shimmer. This actually looks more like clay, which is what you want in a contour stick. Those cheekbones, they weren't there before. Slay. Now, I like to put on my blush. This one is in the color Play It Up. It's one of the new releases for the season. Love this one. It's more rosy. I always do bronzer first. So it's bronzer, blush, then highlighter. So just taking it, blending it out. I actually apply it going in the upwards motion. And then also whatever's left, I do put on my nose. I like it. Super pretty. Okay, now I'm adding highlighter into the inner corners. Ooh, look at that highlight. That's nice. It's subtle. Now I am going to use a lip pencil in Sweet, and the lipstick is called Saucy. It's just such a pretty pink. And I start with lip liner, just softly outlining my lips. If you do this, then you can just reapply your lipstick. You don't have to worry about doing this part again. That's what's nice about it. You do lip liner once and then you're done. Here we go. That's so pretty. Look at that pink. So it's more sheer. It looks glossy, to be honest. It's not a matte finish lipstick. So then to perfect it, I just go back with the same lip liner. And we all make mistakes. So I kind of messed up here. So I'm just going to take my concealer brush and just make it chiseled out to fix it, almost like a little eraser. I love a pink lip and a bronze eye. I think it's just such a pretty combination, especially for brown eyes. Paint job. This lip gloss is one of my favorites. I put most of it on in the middle of the lip, and then whatever's left over goes towards the outside. You can skip this part altogether, but I am extra, so I like to add it. Last but not least, I'm going to be putting a highlight on my cheeks. So I always do highlighter last. This one has pink undertones, so I put it on top there. It's just really, really pretty. This one is called Orgasmic, tying the entire look together. Here's a final look. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.